Hi, this is Mr. West, and today we're doing a Khan Academy tutorial on finding reciprocal of a fraction. This is actually pretty simple. I'm going to break it down. This should be a relatively quick video. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, I'm looking up in this top right section. We need to understand what a reciprocal is. So the reciprocal is just kind of the flipped version of a fraction. So if I'm looking at this original fraction right here, the reciprocal is when I simply change the denominator to be on the top and the numerator to be on the bottom. That's the reciprocal. So if I have my first example here, which is 3 over 5, the reciprocal would be 5 over 3. The 3 goes to the bottom, the denominator, and the previous denominator, the 5, goes to the numerator, so it becomes 5/3. That's all it is. It's just the simple flipping of the two numbers from the numerator to the denominator. So we have here this fraction, 1 2/3. That's a mixed number, and we can't really do anything with that yet because it's not written as an improper or proper fraction. So we need to change it into an improper fraction. So I'm going to look down here now into this converting mixed numbers section. Okay, so first off, we need to understand how do we interpret a mixed number. Our mixed number is going to be like, oops, that's a little too big. I don't know how to make it smaller. There we go. Okay, so we're looking here and we see that 1 2/3 looks like that. Okay, so if we're trying to convert this to an improper fraction, we're not going to put any whole numbers in front. We're only going to have the total number of parts out of how many divisions there are. That's what the numerator and denominator mean. So the total number of parts that we have, 1 2 3 4 5, that's 5 parts, and they're split into thirds, so 5/3 is our improper fraction. And we're going to have to do that first, as you can tell, because you can't flip a fraction if there's a number out in front. So we have to wait until we get it into an improper fraction. Then we have a clear numerator and denominator, and we can flip it pretty easily. Now, instead of drawing a picture each time, the quicker way to do it is to identify your mixed number and the amount of divisions, the denominator, and you're going to multiply those two numbers together. Then when you're done, you're going to add all those unwhole numbers, the extra parts, and that will be the total number of parts that you have. So like I said, we multiply the whole numbers times the number of parts, 3. So 3 times 1 is 3. And we're going to add it to the leftover parts, plus 2. And that becomes 5. And then we keep it, the denominator, the same because that's the number of divisions. So 5/3 is, in fact, our improper fraction. Now that we have our original fraction, we're going to change it to the reciprocal by doing 3 over 5, and that's going to be our answer for this first one. So 3, I'm going to put in the fraction symbol, 3 over 5, hit enter, and we're on to the next question. Ooh, so this one, this is explaining how division is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. So here, I see that it wants me to put the reciprocal of 5 over 11. So I just need to flip the 5 and the 11, so that becomes 11 over 5. And that's the same thing as division. That's the most important feature of reciprocals, is it's the same thing. Multiplying by the reciprocal is the same thing as dividing. Okay, so I should probably highlight that too. So we're just going to choose 11 over 5. Choose all answers that apply. So we also need to choose the reciprocal of 5 over 11. So that's kind of tricky that it wants you to put 11 over 5 and also the reciprocal of 5 over 11. And there we go. We're on to the next one. Reciprocal of 2 over 91. This one's going to be easy because it is just going to be 91 over 2. We just have to flip them, and we're done with that. Like I said, once you understand it, it's pretty quick. Now this one we have to change into an improper fraction first. So I'm going to circle this. I multiply the 2 times the 5, and I add the leftover pieces. Again, the reason why I do that is because I have 2 wholes, each one with 5 pieces, right? And then this last one has 4 pieces out of that 5 pieces, so it's not completely filled. So this is 5 plus 5 plus 4. Or the quicker way to do it is 5 times 2, which is that right here, and then I add that 4 left over. That gives me 14. So I'm going to go over here, put 14 in the numerator. Oops, I almost made a mistake. So this is why it's important to write everything out. So my original fraction is 14 over 5, right? I need to make this reciprocal, so 5 over 14 is the correct answer. I almost made a mistake because I was going too quick. 5 over 14, final answer. And that's all there is to it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out more videos I have on dividing fractions, multiplying fractions. I have lots of great tutorials for that. So I look forward to seeing you next time right here on Wes Explains Best.